Fulton County prosecutor Nathan Wade, he was hired by Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis to investigate former President Trump. That Trump met with Biden White House twice last year. We're learning now that Willis and Wade are allegedly in a romantic relationship, an affair. The two benefiting financially from this case, using law firm funds to take vacations together. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn writes this on X. Fani Willis, alleged romantic partner, special prosecutor, coordinated with the White House while building the political prosecution of Donald Trump, all on the taxpayer dime. We're also learning a top prosecutor on special counsel Jack Smith's team discouraged the FBI from investigating the Clinton Foundation back in 2016. A lot is coming out here, Mr. Chairman, about the people who are trying to take Donald Trump down. Can you assess this?
Yeah, well, we're particularly interested in this idea that this news that just broke yesterday that looks like Nathan Wade was at the White House working on this case and doing so on Fani Willis's dime. What kind of coordination was going on there? Were they talking to the White House counsel? Who were they talking to? So we want to investigate that to see if that actually happened, and if so, who in fact was he talking to in the White House, and was it about this case, this ridiculous case by Fani Willis against President Trump and a bunch of other folks there in Georgia? So this is something we're looking at. The news broke 2 nights ago about the romantic relationship supposedly that's going on there, and that he was hired by Fani Willis. And then this news yesterday about Mr. Wade being at the White House. We want to check all that out, but we're looking at that, and our lawyers are on the committee are investigating.
So what is your assessment of what's happening with Trump right now, Congressman? I mean, you've got all of these indictments. He's back and forth. They want him in court. Special counsel Jack Smith wants him on trial right before Super Tuesday as the former president waits for the Supreme Court to weigh in.
Donald Trump came to this town and shook it up and did what he told the American people he was going to do, and this town doesn't like that. They don't like individuals who do what they say they're going to do, who get things done for the American people, and they've been out to get him even before he got here. They spied on his campaign. Then it was the Mueller investigation. Then it was the impeachment. Then they raid his home. Then they indict him in Manhattan with Alvin Bragg, and Fani Willis in Georgia, Jack Smith in Miami and D.C., and then, of course, it's the 14th Amendment nonsense that they're trying in Colorado and Maine. They will never stop, because this is one individual who actually comes to this town and fights for the country, fights for the American people. And that's what this town cannot, it's so against him. So they just continue to do this, but the country sees through it. And that's why he's over 50% in the Iowa caucus, and I think going to win big on Monday night.
So a final question here. You've got a lot on your plate in terms of the judiciary business. You've got a potential impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, a potential impeachment of Joe Biden, certainly an inquiry underway, and of course all of these depositions. How does this play out?
We'll just keep doing our work. We have a constitutional duty to do oversight. We're going to do that. We're going to get the facts. And then we think the impeachment inquiry, we need to talk to Kevin Morris, who's happening next week. We need to talk to Eric Schwerin, Rob Walker, Jim Biden, Tony Bobulinski, all under oath in a deposition format, get that information, and then make a decision. Do we file articles of impeachment against the President of the United States? I think right now the evidence is pretty darn compelling, but that'll be a decision we will make once we get all the evidence and do all the interviews. We think all that's going to take place in the next 4 or 5 weeks is our goal, to get these interviews done, these depositions done in January. A few may trickle into February, but once we get that done, then we make a decision, and then it'll be up to Speaker Johnson, Leader Scalise on when, if we move forward with actual articles, when that would take place.
All right, Congressman, we'll be watching all of that. It's just extraordinary to me that we are not seeing all of these stories and this news on the mainstream media, given what you have exposed, all of these millions of dollars that Joe Biden and his family, as you say, have taken in. It's quite extraordinary.